This show is just... what? Like, a lot happened, but also nothing happened. What is this show? Hey everyone, welcome to the review. Here's my review for the TV show, the first season of the TV show, American Gods. American Gods stars Ricky Whittle, Emily Browning, Crispin Glover, Ian McShane, and Gillian Anderson. And this TV show is created by Bryan Fuller. Yes, the creator of Hannibal. Yes, Hannibal. Amazing TV show. If you've not watched Hannibal yet, go on Netflix right now and watch it. Fantastic show. So good. Mads Mikkelsen, amazing Hannibal Lecter. I never thought anyone can match up at the same length as Anthony Hopkins. Anyways, I digress. But yes, American Gods. Okay, let's try to explain the story of this season of American Gods. It's based off a novel. I've never read the novel, don't know anything about the novel, so yeah, let's put aside that. Okay, the story of this show is about a guy named Shadow, played by Ricky Whittle. Great actor in this show, by the way. He gets out of prison and he finds out his wife is dead and his best friend is dead, and he runs into a guy named Mr. Wednesday, and he knows Mr. Wednesday is this really weird guy, and then he finds out again his wife has been dead and stuff, so he basically has nothing to live for, so he goes to work for Mr. Wednesday as like his bodyguard. But then he finds out Mr. Wednesday is not who he says he is. He's kind of like maybe a god. I don't want to spoil who Mr. Wednesday is because you don't find out till like the finale, so I won't spoil that till the end of this video. But yeah, he knows he's not human and stuff, and then the more he goes on this journey with Mr. Wednesday, he meets all these other gods, these other creatures, meets a leprechaun, and yeah, shit just gets weirder and weirder. Also, his wife comes back from the dead. Yep, she is an undead woman, and basically she wants to try to get Shadow back and protect Shadow, possibly from Mr. Wednesday. And you also meet like other gods and holidays. You meet Jesus Christ, and you meet Easter and other things, and then they go into backstories of other characters' ancestors, and just the show is just all over the place and so weird and bizarre, and I kind of loved it. Yeah, this show was really great. I really enjoyed American Gods Season 1. Again, like I said in the opening, so much things happen this season, but at the same time, nothing really happens. Like, a lot is happening, but the plot-wise, nothing's happening. Like, this is all supposed to be, like, leading up to the war of these gods, but nothing happened like that in this season. It's just kind of like telling a bunch of these stories, these really fucked up stories, and they don't really lead to much. Some of them actually don't make any sense. They're interesting and cool and well-directed, well-written, and just captivating to watch, but they don't really go anywhere. There's a few stories in this show that go absolutely nowhere. They talk about this one episode, this ancestor of the character Laura, I think that's her name, Emily Browning's character. I guess she was like an ancestor of her, and she used to like pray to leprechauns for better, like, you know, better fortune and stuff, and that's what leads to the leprechaun character, played by Pablo Schreiber, and he meets her, and then they go on this like weird road trip with each other, and just like, I don't even know what's going on half the time, and it's really weird, and sometimes it's hard to follow, but like, by the end, you know what's happening, but like, how they're doing it, how they're executing it is like so bizarre and so weird and so strange, and again, I love it, but at the same time, I'm kind of frustrated because I'm like, what? Wait, what? What are they doing? Like this was me through the whole series watching this season. I'm just like, wait, what? What's happening? Why are they doing? What? Why is that happening? That makes no sense. What? This movie's maddening to watch, but it's also incredibly addictive because, again, Bryan Fuller knows how to write a good series, and the writing for the show is really solid. It's got great dialogue, great characters, great, just amazing storytelling. They're like, when they go into storytelling of some of these gods and some of these mythical creatures, it's kind of awesome to watch. And again, some of them don't lead anywhere, but it's pretty cool to watch. And again, I really enjoy these characters, and they're played by great actors. Like, the lead character, Shadow, is played by Ricky Whittle, and he's friggin' awesome in this show. And I love Emily Browning in this show. Like, Emily Browning's always been a hit-and-miss actress, but she is really good. Every episode that's dedicated to her are probably like my favorite episodes. She is so good. she's like the only character that actually gets real character development in this show. Her and the Leprechaun are the only people that actually get like real development in this show. Everyone else you really don't know much about. You find out who Mr. Wednesday is, spoilers. He's Odin, which is pretty awesome. And you get to see him like, going to the thunderclouds in the final episode, which was pretty awesome. And this is all leading to the War of the Gods, but this entire season is just build up to the war, and I feel like season 2 is going to be even more build up, so I don't know if I should be excited for season 2 or should be like dreading season 2, because I love these characters and I love these stories, but if the whole season 2 is just more build up to the war, then that's not very interesting. Like this show, this first season shouldn't have been interesting, but for some reason, they made it interesting. Not a lot happened, but again, a lot happened. Just like it was really weird for the show. This is a very hard show to review because again, stuff's happening, but stuff's not happening. It's really confusing and all over the place. It's like watching a David Lynch movie almost. It's just like what? It's so weird. The show is weird. I highly recommend it, but again, some people might find this show very off-putting and a little too confusing, which I get. Just. It's really interesting to watch. The visuals for the show is really good. It has a kick-ass opening theme. The cinematography, every episode's really good. There's a lot of great symbolic interactionalism in this show. There's some really smart direction, very subtle direction. There's some great atmospheric moments. There's some really good character moments in the show as well. And again, the performances by everyone is really good. They have some really talented actors in this show. They even have Dane Cook. I hate Dane Cook, and he's even good in this show. And Ian McShane, again, it's awesome. Gillian Anderson, Crispin Glover, everyone is really good in this show, and I do want to see where it's going. Like, this whole season was built up, but I really do want to see where this show is going, and yeah, I'm kind of digging this show, even though I don't know what's happening, but at the same time, I do know what's happening. Like, I don't know, this is just a weird show, but I do recommend it, yeah. Again, it does get a few points dogged, because again, not a lot of things happen this season, but it's really intriguing, and it's so well made, because it's Bryan Fuller. Bryan Fuller always makes great television, and it's a really well-made show, and a really well-acted show, and I really want to see where it's going in season 2, so yeah. Season 1 of American Gods is confusing and as sloppy as it is at times. It's so freaking well done. So yeah, I would highly recommend American Gods if you haven't checked the show out. It's really good. So yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give Season 1 of American Gods an 8.3 out of 10. So yeah, very weird, very bizarre, but really good. So yeah, that was my review for the TV show American Gods. So in the comment section below, please tell me what is your favorite episode of American Gods Season 1. My favorite episode is the character development of the character Laura, Emily Browning's character, when you learn more all about her, how she met Shadow, and how her death was caused and all that stuff. That's probably like one of my favorite episodes of the show. It's such a well-directed, well-written episode, and yeah, that's my favorite episode. But what was your favorite episode? Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please like, subscribe to this channel, and join the dark side.